How's it going, guys? Welcome to Combat Corner. My name's Kobe,
I'm Jackson.
and today we're going to be breaking down UFC 298, the press conference, a few other things that we'll probably stumble into. Pretty big card coming up this weekend. Pretty awesome. Yeah, nothing else to really be said. We've got some lychee, a lychee drink. I actually don't know what it is.
Chilai.
Yeos. Don't know who that is, but we'll see how this goes. Something a bit fresh, bit new, bit random. Anyhow, let's get into this bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Combat Corner.
Oh, I'm liking that.
God.
Loud noises. Crackle pop. Lychee drink. Yeos. Made in Singapore. Can is recyclable. You get a 10-cent refund at collection deposits, depending on your state or territory.
Yeah, what state are you in?
I'm in a terrible state today, mate. I'm a shell of myself. I've done this once before, I think.
You're not as bad as that time.
No, I'm not that bad. I was thinking about that on the way over here. I said to myself, I think this is the most hungover I've been since that time.
Yeah, for sure.
That time.
That time was definitely a lot worse, though, because you came, you hadn't had a shower.
Yeah, you had to pick me up.
I had to pick you up. You were
I'd done horrific things
It
the
was
night
your birthday,
before.
though, I think.
I had
The
done...
night before was your
Yeah, but I ended up by myself on my birthday. I was a very sad shell of a human being at that point in my life.
Jackson's a bit of a bitch. You'll probably get to know this over the next couple of years if you keep listening to the show. Anyway, UFC 298.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't help but dig at you there.
No, that was very warranted.
So,
Thanks.
the UFC.
I'm a bitch.
You are a
Let's
bitch.
just sit on that for a second.
Oh, don't take it to heart, mate. Don't take it like a bitch. Take it like a man.
Oh,
Right? Do you not like that stuff?
I don't
I
know.
don't mind it. It's like weird. It's different.
It's very weird. I
Unique,
thought it was
that's for
going to be carbonated, but it's not. It's flat.
No, it's
and
flat and it tastes it's kind of like strawberry, but it's obviously lychee. Is that a fruit or something?
Yes.
So it's yeah. Tastes kind of strawberry though.
We should review these at some point. I'm not getting it in frame,
Yeah,
so we
sure.
don't ruin
I don't
the
think they have
surprise.
those in America, so that could be interesting. I don't know why America is important, but Alexander Volkanovski, Alexander the Great, as you might know him.
Old boy.
There he is, right here, and he's also up there somewhere. He's a great fighter, and that's why that's his name. So Alexander the Great versus Ilia Topuria goes down tomorrow up there. Goes down tomorrow, UFC 298, as the headliner. I think we're both pretty excited for this fight. We're both massive Volkanovski fans.
I don't want to jinx anything about this card because we were very excited about UFC 297 as well.
We were.
And then it was pose.
Saying that, there's a lot more star power on this card.
Yeah,
297 had a shit undercard.
that's true.
It was trash.
It was being carried by the main event.
Absolutely. And this one has a very solid undercard as well as a great main event, you know? So,
Kenzie Dern on the prelims as well. You know, that's
I saw-
always a sight for sore eyes.
it is. I saw a comment on her weigh-in video. It was like, why don't we just get her to weigh in every week? It was like, why did she weigh in 45 times? Because it's just the real replaying. It's a fucking funny comment. But yeah, it's she's on the prelims as well. Usually a player like her, she would be on the main card. Player.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's start at the top, right? Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski. A lot of people were writing off Volk.
A lot of people, man.
A
It's
lot of
surprising me. And I mean, I get it to a certain extent. Like he's had a couple of rough fights. Like he's lost 2 out of his last 3. And the last fight that he had, obviously getting knocked out in pretty devastating fashion. So
that was our first podcast was after that fight.
Oh, really? So we were just very sad.
Yeah, we were somber. Remember we recorded that test episode? That was right after it.
Oh, yeah.
And then We did one the weekend after.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that was his
Wow.
last fight. So I think that lives strong in people's memories
It does.
currently.
But what people are forgetting is that was a week off the couch. He wasn't in fighting shape. Like, I think a few people commented on that. He didn't look like he was in shape. And then
You got to talk about the caliber of opponent as well.
exactly,
This is
Islam
Islam.
Makhachev is the pound for pound number
Pound for
one.
pound king. He's much bigger and stronger than Topuria. Topuria is not a small guy. He's pretty physical, but he's nothing compared to Islam. Islam's a much bigger guy. He could fight at fucking middleweight.
Mhm.
Like,
And if you look at the last couple of fights that Volk's had at featherweight, he's just been dealing
Dominant.
to people, like, dominating. Yeah.
100%.
That fight against Yair Rodriguez just chopped him up the whole time.
And he went through a little bit of a storm. There was a few times he got clipped a
Yeah.
little bit. Nothing major, but he got hurt a little bit.
That's a Volk fight,
And-
though. But
Yeah,
he
exactly.
always
Always
just finds
gets
a way to win.
He does.
At
The only
featherweight.
issue there is, at featherweight. The only issue there is there's two things I want to point out with Volk. It's a Volk fight. He always gets clipped. If he gets clipped by Topuria, a lot different power than people he's versed previously at featherweight. Yeah, obviously can knock people out, but he's not known for his one-punch knockout power.
Mm-hmm.
As well, you've got to look at the fact that he has just been knocked out. Before that fight, he was drinking every day, apparently. Day drinking every day. Sounds pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys. He was day drinking every day. He wasn't training. 3 months have gone by, or 4 months have gone by, and, is his head in the right place? Who knows?
What now?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I'd hope so. I'd hope so.
I think the problem
hope
was
so.
last time was his head wasn't in the right place. He was feeling like he needed to have a fight. It didn't matter how soon it was going to be, how long his training camp was going to be. That kind of got to me
It's
because
a different place.
yeah, and I think he had this certain belief that he'd been ripped off the last time against Islam, and the stars had aligned in a certain way that it was gifting him the second opportunity to come in last minute. But yeah, it just
Looking back, it wasn't a good idea.
no.
At all. Yeah.
I
But this
kind of
time it's different.
I got fooled by it. I was like, he's gonna do it.
Same.
I was
So
like,
did I.
he's gonna find a way to get it done this time.
When he ate that head kick, I was like, no, this isn't actually happening.
Yeah.
But then it did, and he got finished. I think he's going to win.
I
Don't
think he's
get me
gonna win
wrong.
too.
I think he's going to be coming back with a vengeance, and I don't think anyone beats him at featherweight. I really don't. But saying that, Ilya is a very dangerous guy.
Elusive
Yeah.
striker.
He's an elusive. He's got if we look at Ilya's strong points, there's one major thing, and it's his boxing.
Mhm.
That's where Ilya is really good. But Volk, he's also got some extremely good hands, and his kickboxing and his stance switching and his technical striking is up there with the best in the game. So,
An interesting stat I saw about Ilya the other day is he's never thrown a head kick in his whole career, and he's thrown one body kick.
he doesn't like to kick.
No.
He's a boxer.
Yeah.
He's been caught with kicks too. He got caught by Jai Herbert, got dropped bad, and then he came back and sparked him out.
Yep. That was in the first round that he got dropped as
Yeah.
well, wasn't it? And
Real
then
quick into the
sparked him out in the third.
Sparked him out.
Just
Tyson Fury
absolutely
style.
just sparked him out.
Dosser.
He's a dosser.
So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. I think
Stop saying that.
you
It's
stop
a
saying
boring
that. I'm going to have to
phrase.
say it every now and then. Oh, the thing that I sent you.
Yeah.
Interesting, guys. I also noticed that I always say a whole bunch. I always say bunch. There's a whole bunch of fights coming up. There's a whole bunch of Max Holloway fights.
What's your what's your pick for this Volk?
So I'm going with Volkanovski by decision.
Yep.
I think if it goes past round 3, I don't see Topuria winning.
No.
I think he can last 5 rounds for sure. But
Well, we saw that against Josh Emmett.
yeah, we did.
And he looked good for
He looked
5
good
rounds.
the whole time. But no, I'm gonna go with Volk by decision. All right, I don't. He might also finish him later into the fight. I don't think he'll finish him early. Topuria seems durable. I just don't see him getting finished super early. So yeah, maybe either like a third or a fourth round KO or a decision.
For the first time since we started this, I have got my verdict picks in before
Before the show.
Before the show.
Nice.
So that way I don't run into the same little problem I came up to last week, and I forget everything I said. And I'm a lazy person, so I'm not going to come back and watch this shit. That's for you guys. That's for them at home. That's what they.
We don't film this to watch.
Yeah,
ourselves.
we film it for them.
Film it for you.
Yeah. So what I've
All
put
150
down,
of you.
what I've put down, sir, excuse me, is Volk by a fourth round knockout. I think it's more likely to be a TKO, but you could only put knockout in this application.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've put for this fight. Shall we? Are you done talking about this fight now? We can brush over it again later.
What else is there to talk about? Volkanovski was pretty cool, calm, and collected in the press conference.
I think that little outfit he had on was
it was cool.
That was very cool.
That video he made is fun.
The ad,
funny. Yeah.
Yep, that's what? That's a betting app, wasn't it? Sports bet.
Yeah,
something like that.
That was
if
funny.
you haven't seen it, Volkanovski already dressed up like an old man in a sports bet ad, and was pretty much just walking this camera crew around his house pretending to be old.
It's pretty funny.
That was very funny.
Very, very funny. He did well. Man could be an actor.
Yeah.
After the UFC, he's funny, man. He's got that wog humor. That's what Mark said. He's got that wog humor. He likes the wog humor.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, honestly, didn't seem intimidated whatsoever.
No.
Ilya seemed a bit flustered, if anyone, out of the two at that press conference, I found.
Yeah.
Ilya seemed like, the crowd were booing. He was like, fuck you, shut up, fuck you.
Yeah, he seemed really bothered by that.
Yeah.
And that's not a good sign because, if you're worried about what the crowd's thinking, then you're not worried about what your opponent.
Exactly. So he might be looking into that too much. You never know. Maybe that's affecting him a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe he expected Volk to be a bit shaken by all this trash talk, which he obviously isn't. Volk's just going out there to prove a point. So, interesting scenes at the press conference.
Oh, very interesting. That's a good word for it. Yeah. I agree. And there was some very funny moments in the press conference as well. When the camera just went over to him and
he was sleeping, and then Paulo Costa had to wake him up.
If I got woken up by Paulo Costa, I'd
probably nut.
Yeah, instantly.
No, it was great. I thought it was a funny press conference. A lot of people saying it was pretty shit, but I liked it.
Who was saying that?
There's people online, comments.
Pull them up.
You pull them up.
I can't.
It's going to be too much work to pull up comments.
These people.
I don't know, just comments on Instagram and stuff. Which I hate. I hate comments. Turn off the comments. Never read the comments. Never read feedback. Feedback's terrible. Just do what you want.
Some guy
Don't listen to
with
feedback.
a very similar name to you commented on one of our videos asking if I'm bald on purpose.
Yeah, who was that guy? Someone also commented on one of our Instagram clips and said, "What is the purpose of this shitty clip?"
Oh, I've had some good ones as well. On TikTok, one guy just said, "Get a job."
That was Riley.
No, there was another guy before that. I told Riley about this guy, and so Riley went and commented, "Get a job" as well.
We've got jobs.
We wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't have jobs.
How do you think we afforded these and the $6,000 lighting?
And my new grill. I'm not wearing it right now.
Oh yeah, neither.
Damn. Yeah, we bought $50,000 grills each when we hit 150 subscribers temporarily for a couple of hours.
Yeah, and someone unsubscribed.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. So Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa.
This could be a bit of a turning of the tables for Robert Whittaker, I think. But I've still got him down for a dub.
Same. Decision?
Yes.
Same.
I don't see... saying that, Paulo Costa is known to gas, but he's had 2 fight camps in leading up to this. So, and he looks... And I know this happens every time.
When did he gas? In the Marvin Vettori fight?
Luke Rockhold fight.
Well, that was the...
Big time.
That was because of the altitude. And he was relatively fine compared to Rockhold. Rockhold was
was worse, but both of them were pretty gassed.
But I think we can kind of put that down more to
altitude.
That whole card was cursed, and then we saw fucking Leon. But yeah, he's had 2 fight camps, so he's basically had 14, 15 weeks or more, maybe. to prepare for this fight. But Whittaker's no easy test.
He's no slouch.
No slouch. Although in his last fight, he looked like one.
Yes.
So
that's what I'm saying. It could be the turning of the tables. This could be where we start to see Rob Whittaker's career go downhill a little bit.
Really could
He
be.
is getting a bit older. He's been active for quite some time now, and he's taken some pretty nasty hits as of late.
Yeah, he has. I mean, Drickus dropped him with a jab.
Yep.
Which was, don't get me wrong, it was a tough jab.
Yeah, he stepped into it as well.
I'd say Paolo's got more power than Drickus.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so if Paolo can land, then for sure he can definitely put out Whittaker. But, you know, it's been quite a while since that last fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he's healed up. I'm sure he's ready to go. He's only 33. You know, he has been through some wars, but it's Rob. You know, it's fucking Rob. So,
oh, he is.
Yeah, he's only 33. Costa's 32. And he's had less than half the fights. Much less than half the fights. Fucking hell, Costa. Get your shit together, man.
Oh, he hasn't fought since 2022, I think.
He's got exactly half the fights. Which is interesting. Yeah, 2022. Same against, as we were saying, Rockhold. Looking at the reach there, Paolo, it's quite strange because Paolo is quite a bit taller, but he's much... He's got quite a lot less reach, which is interesting. 4 centimeters less reach, which is
when you look at Rob,
that
though,
could be a good point because you know Rob likes to point fight. And
Rob has those orangutan arms. You know what I mean?
He does.
They kind of almost hang down to his knees.
Yeah, and I can see Rob taking over in the striking, just keeping him, popping him with the jab, keeping him at distance, and kind of frustrating him, doing kind of what Izzy did to him.
Yeah.
You know, there's a blueprint there.
There is a blueprint there. But yeah, it's just whether or not you can do that over the course of 3 rounds and not get clipped.
Yeah.
That is the equalizer there.
We will see. Obviously, Costa's gone through some wars. He's TKO'd people. He never really knocks people out clean. I don't know how, because like, look at the guy. His punches are fucking insane. He's looking very lean though. He's got a secret juice now.
Hell yeah.
He sells that now.
Hell yeah.
Which is, we should try that on the show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about all of that.
So yeah, Paulo Costa versus Robert Whittaker. I'm going to take Robert Whittaker by decision.
Same here. But I think I already said that.
Yep.
But that's okay.
Paulo could definitely, don't get me wrong, we're not riding off Paulo Costa. Obviously Whittaker potentially, you know, coming off this loss. You never know what might happen, but I'm pretty confident that Whittaker's going to get it done. Moving on, Jeff Neal, Ian the Cuck, Garry, Cuck no comments, Pussy, Pinhead, P-Head, whatever you want to call him. What do you want to call him? What's your favorite
I'll call
nickname?
him Ian Machado Garry. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to stop with all the hateful stuff. I think it's really got to him.
Who cares?
You know,
He's a cunt.
I think he must have been watching what we've been saying, and it's really got to him.
That shit is...
Yeah, it's pretty vile. It's a pretty vile drink. But
I
look,
don't know where that one's going.
I'm going to focus more on the fight here because I think Jeff Neal poses some real issues for him. He's got some quite
Absolutely.
clean boxing. And like we've said, there have been some holes exposed in Ian Garry's game before. Whether he has filled those holes or whether someone else has filled the holes for him while he sat in the corner and watched.
So you're not...
I just can't stop.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it.
Can't stop it, man. You just got to embrace it.
Yeah.
At this point, embrace the hate. He's trying to... No, he's not trying to. He's such a retard. This guy is the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen, ever.
You're all here to see me.
Yeah, what did he say when they were booing?
You're all here
Keep
to
it
see
going.
me. You're all talking
here to
about
see
me. It's all about me.
It's not all about you, you fucking idiot. You're third on the main event, which is pretty big for someone who's, you know... The problem with Ian Garry is he's actually a really good striker, and he's so entertaining to watch.
He's one of my favorite fighters to watch.
Yeah. So I'm actually really interested to see how this one goes. I think Jeff Neal's going to get it done. I think he's going to clip his little pea jaw, and he's going to get rocked, and he's going to get finished.
Okay.
He's been clipped before.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Neal has a nasty left hook. And if Jeff Neal lands, who was the guy that dropped Garry and almost finished him? That Chinese fella.
Yeah, I don't know the name off the top of my head.
So let's have a peek.
It was
22.
2021. It's a wee while ago. No?
Must have been 23. Let me pull up his shirt, dog.
Sure, dog.
Where is it?
Well,
Why is it not coming up?
fantastic.
What's the weather report, Jackson?
Overcast today. It's not too bad though. I think it might be sitting around 20 degrees, yeah. On the money.
It completely missed a year on his record.
Oh.
I don't know what was. No, it's not even there. But you see, so obviously Daniel Rodriguez, Neil Magny, his last 2 performances, but Kenan Son, he clipped him bad in the first round with a left hook.
I haven't seen that fight, but yeah, I've seen that moment.
Jones vs. Gain fight. Okay. So yeah, that was interesting. I just think if
It was what?
if what's his name, if Jeff Neal manages to clip him, I think he's going to finish it. You know, he's finished the likes of Mike Perry. If you can finish Mike Perry with punches, you can finish P-Head.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
easy, you know.
That's a good point.
You can finish No Chin.
But yeah, I think there will be a bit of a fire lit underneath Ian Garry, and whether or not he can keep it together. He did sound like he was welling up at the press conference.
He didn't like it at all.
No, but yeah, I think if he can keep it together, then I've got him down for a second round knockout.
Going into it, he will be the favorite for sure. Like, I just really want to see Jeff Neal win and just wipe the stain from the sport for good.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll come back. He's young. He's 26. If he loses, I'm sure he's got a big career ahead of him. But like, bro, he had the chance of a lifetime to make himself a heel in that press conference, and all he said was, "You're all here to see me.
Yeah.
Keep it going."
Yeah.
You just want to be like, "Shut the fuck up, you retard." Sorry to all.
But what if
retards.
you said that to him? I don't think he'd like that. I don't think he'd take to that very nicely.
No, he'd probably put a picture of me on a t-shirt or something, or like tell me I'm a bad dad.
True. Either of those. You are a pretty average dad.
Yeah, I'm going through a custody battle right now. Ian Garry, please don't make fun of me. It's pretty sensitive. Idiot. Yeah, if we ever get huge, he's gonna fucking hate us, isn't he?
And
I mean, he already hates all of them.
Yeah.
He already hates all of the non-mainstream MMA media. So
moving on, this card just continues to get deeper and deeper.
good card.
Murat Dvalishvili versus Henry Cejudo. This fight is just, I'm really looking forward to this one. More so than I would think. I think the only fight I'm looking forward to more is Volk versus Topuria. I really like this fight.
It's exciting.
I wish it was a main event on like a fight night and it was 5 rounds.
Or a 5-round co.
Yeah. Yep. Either of those. But what we have is a 3-round fight between, an ex-Olympic wrestler and this absolute bulldog who is just mauling everyone they put in front of him at the moment.
They call him the machine that never stops coming.
I've been called that. But
That's what he actually got called at the press conference.
okay.
It was like, Marab, he's on a 7-fight, blah, 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 win streak, whatever, 12-fight win streak. And he's known as the machine that never stops coming.
I think if he wins this, he'll be on a 10-fight win streak.
Oh, is it 9?
Yeah, I think so. He has had, 4 losses?
Yeah. So he's shit.
No, don't say that.
No, he's great.
His first 2 fights in the UFC were losses.
That's correct. Well done.
Thanks, man.
It's funny, yeah. Like he if you look at his early career, it didn't look like it was going to be great. You know, 2 losses in his first 3, first 2 losses in the UFC, first 2 performances in the UFC, both losses. But since then, like you say, 9 fights in a row. he's won in very impressive fashion, you know.
And
Marlon Moraes fight was insane.
Yep, and against some pretty decent competition. Piotr Jan.
Oh, absolutely. Let's have a look. Let me chuck this on the screen.
Okay.
So, yeah, last fight, Piotr Jan absolutely dominated Piotr. Obviously, Jose Waldo, you know, he held him up against the fence. That was a bit annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, you've got Marlon Moraes, Cody Stammen, John Dodson, sorry. A lot of good names there, you know. Can he do it against a former Olympic champ? Can he do it against the former bantamweight champ? The former flyweight champ? That's yet to be seen. We'll find out tomorrow.
Real questions that we will get answered.
I think Henry Cejudo from maybe 4 years ago when he fought Dominic Cruz, I think he would have been able to handle Merab with relative ease. You know, 4 or 5 pumps and done. But nowadays, Henry took 3 years off. He came back, fought Cejudo.
Fought Aljamain Sterling.
Aljamain's fucking Jesus.
He fought himself.
Fought himself for the belt and lost. He fought Sterling. He seemed very confident in that Sterling fight until he realized that Sterling could wrestle with him. And then he was like, shit. Okay, this is going to be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just thought he was going to be able to outstrike him, and Cejudo couldn't take him. He would be able to take down Sterling at ease, and Sterling wouldn't be able to take him down.
Yeah,
wasn't the case. He's obviously been back in the ring, so maybe his ring rust is gone now. But he's 36. You know, that's never a good time to be making a comeback at the smaller side of things.
Yeah,
this guy's hungry. Merab is very hungry. I'm starting to like Merab.
Yeah, same.
He's a funny guy.
He's hilarious. He's had some really funny moments in the build up to this last couple of months.
He really doesn't really take himself too seriously.
No.
You know? He just has a laugh.
Yeah,
and it's great. I love watching it. He's coming out there fighting for Mexico.
Yeah, I didn't quite figure out what he was talking about there for a minute, but I'm all about it.
I'm all about it.
I guess he's just trying to weaken Cejudo's fan base.
Yeah, well, he's taking the belt back to Mexico.
Yeah.
You know? Apparently, Cejudo's coach, who he fired, was training Merab.
That was all. No, I don't think so.
That?
So that was all just a ploy for some attention, I think. And because Embedded, I was watching Embedded, and I don't know. Then I was watching Embedded, and Cejudo still has the guy on his team.
Yeah. Well, there was a video of them arriving at the airport, and Cejudo's saying all this bullshit. Would Michael Jordan be the same without some random guy? And he said that to Volk as well.
Without Phil Jackson,
Jackson.
Yeah.
And he said that to Volk, who Volk probably has no fucking clue who that is. Like, let's be real.
That's one of the most famous sporting teams in history.
Yeah, but I mean, why would Volk have any idea?
Okay.
He's a rugby guy and an MMA guy. Who gives a fuck about basketball?
Rugby league.
And he's also like 5 foot. He's never touched a fucking basketball in his life. I don't know. I had no idea who Phil Jackson was, and I couldn't give less of a fuck because I do not give a shit about basketball.
All right.
And if Volk's in the same boat, you know, I'm just saying.
You're just assuming a lot right now.
I'm just saying. He looked like he had no idea what he was talking about.
You're just saying, because I don't know, I doubt he knows.
I just doubt that he would.
Okay. This, yep. Well, it looks like Cejudo has made up and everyone's back together again.
I do want to know if Merab was actually training with Henry's coach. How do we find this, Jamie?
Oh, I can't stop yawning.
Merab,
I'm terribly sorry.
Oh yeah, UFC, Merab Dvalishvili jokingly hires Henry Cejudo's coach. So it must have just been another meme.
Oh. Good thing someone already said that.
You said you didn't have any idea about this.
I did.
You didn't have any idea about him hiring his
Run
coach.
the clip back.
I will.
No, I said it was a joke.
Yeah, I know the firing was, but I'm talking about the hiring.
We have a Henry Cejudo's coach here with us, and now he's gonna teach how to beat Henry Cejudo.
Never. Well, Cap, I didn't want to talk to you, and you were with me for my last Olympic trials.
It's such a dog move,
right now, I just want to let you know, man, that for this camp, dude, I'm getting rid of specific coaches, man. Like you included, dude.
What a dick move.
It was a joke.
Well, no, because he went on Ariel and he said, no, that was real. I didn't know that was happening.
Okay. Oh, well. Everyone's happy again.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And we're still confused.
Still confused because Henry is this weird fucking cringy dickhead. He's fucking strange, man. I can never understand what he's really on about. He's very like, yeah, I don't know.
He's obviously trying to put on that he's
Cringiness.
Yeah. It's something that it doesn't seem 100% natural for him.
Oh no, but it works. I guess he gets like some fans from it. He's pretty popular. He keeps wiggling his way back into title shots and stuff. So, what's your official prediction for this one?
Marat by decision, I think.
Yeah, that's what I had too. I originally had Henry by decision, but I switched up because I don't know. I think the wheels might be falling off for Henry. Again, he's old. He's been at it for a very long time. Marab's hungry as fuck.
Yeah,
the guy's got ridiculous cardio.
Yeah,
ridiculous cardio, and he's got good hands too. I don't see Henry.
Did you hear what Henry called Sean O'Malley in the press conference?
No.
It was Trans Barbie.
Trans Barbie.
Yeah, he's like, if I win this fight, I get another shot at. I get a shot at Trans Barbie. Sitting there, I'm like,
that's
it took
pretty
me
funny.
2 milliseconds to figure out who he was talking about. I liked that.
Trans Barbie. And yeah, he's been saying Marat, which is it's all right, I guess. First fight on the card, the pay-per-view opener. It's actually a pretty interesting one, I reckon.
Yes.
Roman Kopylov versus Anthony Hernandez. Kopylov, obviously, the UFC are kind of trying to build him, I'd say. Do you remember his last fight?
Who was it against?
I can't remember who it was against. I just remember the performance.
I don't think so. I may have watched it. There's a good chance I did. I was just checking my pick for that.
My mouse isn't working. Oh, no, it is. Kopylov, let's have a look at his last fight. They call him the Russian Chase Hooper. They do. Because he looks a lot like Chase Hooper.
He does. He's on a bit of a knockout streak, isn't he?
Yeah, his hands are good, man. He's got good hands, but what I'm saying is Anthony Hernandez is no slouch.
No.
He's maybe not as athletic and as exciting as Kopylov, but this guy has got great jiu-jitsu.
Great jiu-jitsu.
He's he's on a win streak himself, 4-win streak.
Which is why Kobe. Which is why I'm taking him for the third round submission.
I think I went decision. Oh no, I think I went submission maybe as well.
Fluffy.
So yeah, some pretty decent wins here. Andre Brayu, obviously just lost to Chris Curtis, but no slouch. A nice submission. Edmund Shaburzian by TKO. That's impressive. Edmund is, he was hyped for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
His last loss was to Kevin Holland. That's not, there's no problem in that. He beat Brendan Allen. It's impressive. Wow. He's got an impressive record, and people are sleeping on him because Kopylov is exciting.
Yeah.
Kopylov, 4 wins in a row, but against who? Who the fuck is Josh Friends? Who the fuck is Claudio Ribeira? Huh?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm sure
and that's why I've chosen Hernandez to win this.
Yeah.
And he is just still sitting on the fringes of the rankings, I believe, isn't he?
Yeah. These guys are.
So, yeah, I think this will be a good fight for both of them. If either of them get a win here to propel themselves into maybe a top 10 opponent.
Yep. No, 100%. I think, Kopylov definitely has a vast advantage in the hands and in the striking department. But he's, you've seen him get taken down quite a lot in these 2 losses. The Carl Robertson fight obviously went to a submission in the end. So he can get taken down, and Anthony Hernandez is just going to be weathering the storm, unless he gets knocked out early.
Yeah. Yep. No, agreed. Should we brush over the prelims?
Sure.
I might actually need a bit of a break in a minute for some fresh air. I'm heating up.
We can do that. So prelims: Amanda Lemos versus Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern. Nice. I'm taking Dern.
She got that thing.
She does. Oh well, this is a tough one to call actually.
And Lemos. Yeah, Lemos has been showing some pretty decent skills as of late. Isn't she coming off a championship fight fairly recently?
Nah.
I'm thinking of someone else.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Did she fight Young? Maybe she did fight Young. Yeah, she did. She got beat the fuck off. But she's good, and I'm sure she's coming back with a fire under her belly.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one's going to come down to whether Dern can take her down.
Agreed. Yep. No, I think if Dern can get her to the ground, I think there's some real good chance for her to dominate this. One thing I noticed about the prelims and the early prelims is there's only 3 fights on each.
Yeah, true. Not bothered about that. 4.
Oh, 4 on the early prelims. Sorry, my bad.
prelims. But I'll take Mackenzie Dern by submission. I reckon she'll take her down. I give Amanda Lemos the advantage with her hands for sure. Got more power in her hands. Mackenzie Dern can get beaten up on the feet if she can't take someone down. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I don't have an official pick for this. I haven't seen much tape on either of them, to be honest. But yeah, I think I agree with you. If Lemos can keep it standing, she's definitely got the cleaner, crisper striking, and holds a lot more power.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dern has shown that if she can get a fight to the ground, then she's pretty comfortable down there.
Oh yeah, she's a former world champ in jiu-jitsu, so
that would help.
Pretty big. She's like Brazilian American. She's got this weird accent. Have you seen that?
I have.
So as soon as Dern gets it down to the ground, it's probably over. I'd say Lemos is no slouch on the ground. She's got some good grappling skills, but Dern is just that person that can show levels when it gets to the ground.
Yeah.
Moving on, a bit of a switch up in this fight. De Lima was supposed to be fighting Justin Tafa. He's now fighting Junior Tafa. What are your thoughts on that?
Good luck. There's tougher opponents out there.
There's tougher opponents out there.
But, Junior or Justin, they're both tougher men than me.
They are.
And
they're both tougher men.
That's true. That's true. I like tougher for this.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It would be a cool story.
It would be.
Samoans go hard. Mad that obviously that's never happened before. Your brother falls out and your brother steps in. Pretty damn cool.
I mean, it happens a lot in the schoolyard.
It does. But I think if Tuffer can get a win here, this really propels him into that top echelon.
Yeah.
Just below the top 15 of the heavyweights.
Me agree.
I actually think that Marcos. I wonder if Tuffer wins, if he'll effectively be ranked higher than his bro, because where's the heavyweight rankings? Heavyweight John Jones. So he would. So Tuffer isn't currently ranked.
All right.
De Lima's ranked at 15. So if Junior Tuffer gets a win, he would technically be coming in at 15, which is pretty crazy because he's just gotten into the UFC.
That is pretty crazy.
What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on this fight?
I think it'll be a good fight. I like a bit of a heavyweight slogfest, and I think that's what this is gearing up to be. But I think for us to give a breakdown on the rest of the card, we should take a break. Like I said just a second ago, I'm in need of some fresh air.
Fresh air,
urgently.
Okay. All right, we'll take a break here and we'll continue shortly. Okay, guys, thanks for the patience with our brief intermission. We are back.
It would have been very brief
attack.
for them.
They wouldn't have even noticed it. Yeah, so I'm taking Junior Tough. I'm taking De Lima by knockout first round. Don't get me wrong, I'd love Tougher to win. I would love it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to get outclassed. He's not ready for this level. That's it. Should we have a look at his record though? That'd be kind of interesting.
Very short record so far.
Parker Porter beat, which is interesting. He lost to Usman. That's funny. He's got 2 fights. So he's got a fight booked for March, and he stepped in, which is pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. He is tougher guy, like you say. Anyway, moving on. Let's go. Let's get away from that fight. Rinya Nakamura undefeated versus Carlos Vera. I'm taking Rinya by decision.
Yep.
He's looking pretty damn good. Obviously, we've got some cancelled fights on this card. Don't need to worry about those. And then here we are with the early prelims. Val Woodburn on the card. I'll take Val. Just because I think he'll probably knock him out early.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got some pretty decent striking, good power. But yeah, Danny Barlow probably will remain undefeated. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So, what else do we have to talk about today? The press conference went down yesterday.
It did.
Apparently today they're having a
The
UFC 300 press conference. Yeah.
Without the main event.
Well, apparently they might be announcing it at this press conference. That's what I heard.
I heard Dana say that he was going to announce the main event at the post-fight press conference.
Oh, was it the post-fight? Okay. Well, there you go. Interesting nonetheless that there's going to be a press conference. But why do it before the main event's been announced? Because, they're going to do another one?
Yeah, I suppose they'd have to.
Fucking do it when the main event has been announced. It's like, why?
The main event was supposed to be announced weeks ago.
It was.
We were promised it.
We were.
And that promise was broken.
The UFC have been slipping up a lot recently. The press conference yesterday was short. 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. The people asking questions ask the most boring questions ever.
Yeah, a lot of them are just very similar questions, just worded slightly differently.
Like, I was watching this really good Lucas Tracy breakdown of it. He was like, what? Like, no one gives a shit what Paulo Costa thinks about the movement in the middleweight division. No one cares. People want to hear about what Costa thinks about Whitaker and try and, like, get him to say some funny shit.
Yeah.
That's all we care about. And it's all just these boring questions. Fucking Mark Gordon. What's his name?
I don't know.
The push-ups one that Colby told,
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but
Gordon something fucking...
his name was John.
John Morgan.
Morgan.
Jordan Morgan. But yeah, they need to fucking change that shit, man, because it's really annoying. Boring. Like, all these press conferences are now just boring.
Yeah.
I mean, Marab was good. He was funny.
He stood up.
Bulk was funny. Yeah.
He just had to stand up to say his bit.
Guys, I want. You're like, what? What are you saying? But yeah, yet again, 300, no main event. It's kind of very close now. 2 days away.
2 days away from being announced.
And but we will get it on Sunday for us, Saturday in the US. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what we get. But it's not very good. There was something else I wanted to mention, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Should we just end it here?
Yeah, we've got to review this yet.
Got to review the drink, Yeo's. I think I know exactly where this has to go.
Yep.
And it's not the bottom, because this is better than Wang Lao.
But it's just above it.
But it's just above it. Did you agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it would be... It's kind of close between Gong and this. Because that Gong was weird.
Oh, that was the one with the balls in it.
Yeah.
But that was still tasty.
All right.
That was nice. Whereas this
is weird.
If this had balls in it, it would be below Wang Lao.
It would.
I'm not drinking anymore. I've had a few sips, and I'm ready to say that you should not drink this.
Don't drink it.
I mean, maybe if you're a massive lychee fan, but are you really?
Is anyone?
I mean, if this was carbonated, it could be nice.
Be better.
Yep.
For sure. No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
So we will be putting that just above Wang Lao.
We've actually gotten to the point where we've filled up our whole list, and now it's moved to here. So just to let you guys know that. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. It's a little bit of a shorter show.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for supporting us.
Cheers for supporting us. We did hit 150 subs, and then all of a sudden someone unsubscribed, and we went back down to 149.
They saw our achievements.
They did, and they were jealous. But thank you, 150 subs in the first
We know who
2
you
months,
are as well.
3 months. How long have we been starting this?
We know who they are.
Yeah, we do.
We
can
are-
track you.
We have dogs that are sniffing,
We got one.
and yeah, beautiful dogs.
Beautiful dogs. Down syndrome. Beautiful dogs.
Almost
Anyway.
4 months now, but yes.
4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, guys, I suppose we did have that break in the middle as well.
True.
with the-
We'll say 3.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's been great. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the card, and we'll see you on Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
Certainly will.
See you later. Bye.